Hey everybody, it's Christine Parma. Turn the volume up if you're watching the replay. I am back with your pre-weekend mindset reset. And today is about a really important topic, especially if you have a business. It's about money and about how you feel about charging for the services that you provide to other people, for charging for your work. And I am here to tell you exactly why you are not selfish or greedy for charging more in your business. So this really, hi Samir, thanks for being here. This really gets to the heart of how you're going to be able to show up in your business. Thank you for all the thumbs up, for the likes. How you're going to be able to survive in your business, because if we're in business, then we have to make enough money to stay in business, right? And how I think of it is it serves the world when you charge enough money to stay in business, because otherwise you can't be around to help the people who want and need what you have. Hi, Carla. Thanks for being here. So, number one, hi, Susan. Number one, why you're not selfish or greedy for charging more for the work that you do. Number one, you deserve to make a great living doing the work that you're meant to do in the world. That's how I see it. Because if you're not being able to make a great living, number one, hi Carla, you're going to be stressed out. You're going to be struggling financially to try and make it in business. And how does that show up? Not only does that impact your own family, but that impacts the work that you do with your clients. Hi, Darren. Hi, Phil. So you're actually being of service to your clients by charging enough money for you to not only survive in business, but to thrive in business. Because when you charge enough, you'll be able to show up as your best self and give your clients 100% attention, focus, and get them the results that they want from working with you. So that's the first reason that you're not selfish or greedy for charging more for what you want. Number two is when you charge enough for your services, then people are more committed to actually doing the work that they need to do. Thank you for the likes. Doing the work that they need to do to get the results that they really want. And sometimes this really comes down to a life or death situation. Let's take an example. If you're a health coach, say you're working with people who are really, really overweight, maybe they have diabetes. Thank you for the likes. If you are, think about from your own perspective. It's really hard to change. Maybe you've been in the position before where you've wanted to drop some weight. If you have a lot of weight to drop, it can seem overwhelming, or any big change that you're making in your life. And when you only have a little skin in the game, if like say you had to pay $100 to work with somebody, a health coach, to lose that weight and get yourself healthy and not have diabetes anymore, then you, hi Terry, thank you. Terry says great points, thank you. When they have a little bit of skin in the game, they might not show up to actually do the work, right? In this example that I'm giving about somebody having diabetes, then they will actually not lose the weight, and that really endangers their life. I mean, you can take any aspect of your business and, think about the work that you're doing. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I really appreciate it. And when you charge less to your clients, put yourself out there, then they don't have much skin in the game to get the change they need. There's a balance between, kind of an art around pricing your services and pricing them so that people feel committed, they show up, they do the work, and you feel great about the price you charge, and it's kind of in alignment with what people are willing to pay for what you're providing. Caveat to that is that in any audience of people, there are always people who are willing to pay more for more access, more attention, more help, and there are people who are willing not to pay quite as much. So you can vary your price offerings, the different ways you offer yourself, your services, in ways that are more premium pricing and then ways that allow people to get to know you at a more introductory level, but that should be positioned as being introductory. Thank you, Carla. Yes, I think they are good points. That's why I'm talking about them. Commitment is the second reason. Commitment of your clients to getting the change they need. All you have to do is think to yourself, how many programs or downloads or ebooks have you gotten in the past, even just this year, that have been free or low priced, and what happens? You're like, oh, I'll read that later, a lot of times, or oh, I'll get to that program later. And that ebook or program or whatever you downloaded for free or next to nothing could have the miracle solution, fantastic information in it that could really help you. But if you don't actually consume it, if you don't get the knowledge and you don't put it into action, then you get no benefit from it. And that doesn't serve you. And if you're thinking from your clients, it doesn't serve your clients if they're not showing up and doing the work that you're meant to help them with. Terry says people have to buy you before they can buy from you. Yes, I totally agree with that. So, the third point that I wanted to bring up today about why you're not selfish or greedy for charging more for your services is that, you have to think about how you want to position yourself in the market. And the great thing is, the good news is, you get to choose how you position yourself in the market. In any given industry, throughout the entire world, there are people and products and companies that price themselves. Thank you for all the likes. I really appreciate it. At the high end of the market, and there are ones that price themselves at the low end of the market. You can think, I'll give you an example of just a product. You can kind of think of Neiman Marcus at the high end or Walmart at the low end. And, if you go to the beauty supplies counter, which, makeup and whatnot, at Walmart you can get the $7 makeup, or at Neiman Marcus you can get the $300 or more expensive makeup. Probably kind of similar stuff, right? But it's about packaging and about positioning, how Neiman Marcus has positioned themselves in the market versus how Walmart has positioned themselves in the market. Eric says, the more I charge, the more people implement what I tell them. Yes. And when they do, they get the results and I get happy. Yes. And isn't that what it's about, Eric and everybody else? I mean, that's such a good point. Polo shirts, baby. That's funny. The point is for your clients to get the change that they want and need. So, when I was talking just a minute ago about positioning, you get to choose how you want to show up and serve people, how you want to position yourself in the market. Do you want to be the Neiman Marcus in your niche, in your market, or do you want to be the Walmart and be kind of high volume, low cost provider? It's a choice. I'm not saying, that if you put, price your services lower, that there is no value there. There is value there. You're choosing to serve a certain segment of your market. However, if you price yourself, quote, too low, there are certain challenges that will come along with it. People who want discounts or want to barter for your services, who maybe don't value your time and the contribution that you're making and the work that you do in the way that you feel you should be valued. Eric says, seriously, the Polo sells the same damn shirts as everyone else for only $50. Yes, totally. Carla says, I struggle with this. What is it exactly that you're struggling with, Carla? Is it about positioning yourself or pricing your services? If you'll type that in the comments, then I'll be happy to answer that. Oh, Carla says, I want to be Neiman Marcus. Well, so this is part of the work that I help my clients with, is how to become the Neiman Marcus if you want to be a Neiman Marcus. I'm not saying you have to be a Neiman Marcus. You can be a Nordstrom's too. I mean, all good, right? It starts with mindset. This is why I made this video part of what I call the Mindset Reset series, because it starts with you believing in the value that you're providing to your clients, and that you're providing the kind of value that justifies in your own mind the price that you're charging. Because the reality is that people will pay almost anything, any amount of money if they want the solution that you can provide, and they want their problem solved enough. If they want that thing enough. And that also comes back to your core offer. It comes back to how you are communicating what you do and positioning yourself as the solution to the problem that your ideal clients have. And there's a lot that goes into Core Offer. And I'm actually going to be doing trainings coming up on how you come up with a red hot offer that has clients wanting to say yes to working with you. So your value is top notch, says Carla. Samir, I couldn't read what you said because it's not in English. Sorry, but I appreciate the comment. Your value is top notch. Well, so my question to you, Carla, is if you know your value is top notch, where's the disconnect happening? Are you positioning yourself, kind of at the high end, and it's just not working for you for some reason? If it's not working for you for some reason, then it's there's probably something going on with your offer and how you're communicating what you do to your audience, whether that's through your website or when you're talking with people, if you're having strategy sessions, there's probably a piece there that's missing for you. That's not quite right. So positioning, yes, you get to choose where you operate in your market space, which is a beautiful thing because it is choice. And then here's the great thing. I want to give you a really good reason for feeling confident in charging more, is that you get to help more people in the big picture, in the big scheme of things. Because think about it, if you're struggling financially, to make it in your business, you don't have a lot left over to give to people. For me, charitable giving is a big piece of why I do what I'm doing. And if you don't have much money left over at the end of the month, you're at the end of the year, if you're always stressed about money, you can't even give of your energy like you could if you're more financially stable. So when you charge enough that you can reach that point where you're like, okay, it's working well, I'm doing well, I'm financially stable, I can afford to give away some sessions with me. I can gift them to people. I can actually offer, products or programs that are of the lower price point, and I can do it, out of integrity, and I can do it financially because I can afford to now, because I'm serving a lot of my clients at a higher price point. Terry says features and benefits. Yes, and that's part of your core offer, but even more important than features and benefits, it's the benefits part. That's the most important, right? It's the what's in it for them part of your offer. Samir says, I like the English language. Well, so do I. That's the one I'm fluent in. Carla says, no, I'm not offering what I should. Laughter meditation with Gigglefish University, yes. Yeah, we can chat more about that, Carla, offline. I'd be happy to give you some ideas around that. So, the point is you need to charge enough for your services and feel great about doing that so that you can thrive in business, so that you can afford to be more generous with your time, with your services, if that's something you want to do. And there's really a perspective and a mindset shift that has to happen in you that to make it okay in your heart that you're charging $5,000 to work with somebody, and you provide 10 times that value to the person. And when you feel that way and you're in alignment with that and you deliver the value, then your energy and the way you show up to work with clients will reflect that. And you have to believe it in you first, that you're worth charging more for other people to believe it in you. Thank you for all the likes and hearts. I really, really appreciate it. Totally appreciate it. So, hi, Shan. I think it's Shan. Good to see you. So you've got to first get that energetic alignment in yourself, in the value that you provide. And it doesn't have to be like today you're charging $297, tomorrow you're charging $5,000. You can stair step it up in a way that feels good to you, that's in integrity, and you're delivering 10 times the value, so you feel confident in doing the work you are doing in working with clients at that price point, and you get them amazing results. So my experience, with operating at the higher end of the pricing spectrum has been phenomenal. I've attracted committed clients who feel like they got amazing value from the work that we did, and I couldn't be more thrilled. But I had to make that mindset shift a while ago. Some time before I started at the beginning of my business, to feel like, I'm worth it. What I help people with is worth it, and they're going to see massive results in their business as a result of working with me. And that allowed me to step into charging higher fees for my services. So mindset, because this is so key, is the first thing that I start off with when working with my clients, is making sure that the mindset is right. So you have to believe it in yourself, no matter what piece you're working on of mindset, you have to believe it in yourself so that you can be in energetic alignment with that and show up from that place of energetic alignment when you're working with your clients. Because if you're not, or if you're talking to them on sales calls or strategy calls or even networking meetings, and you're kind of like, and I charge $5,000, and kind of like a question, that's going to come across not in a powerful way, in an authentic way, and they're going to be kind of like, yeah, I'll think about it. That's not the result we're going after. So I share with you guys 3 really, really good reasons why you're not selfish or greedy for charging more for your services, and why, you deserve to have a thriving business doing what you love, because it serves the world. It serves the people that you're meant to help in this lifetime, and it serves the world for you to be out there doing the work that you're meant to do. That's what I believe. So there are a lot more reasons why you're not greedy or selfish for charging more for your services, but I'm going to end it here for today, because of course I have more for you guys coming up on Monday nights and Thursday nights, Eastern Time, U.S. Thanks, Jax. Jax is great advice. Thanks for being here. So I will end it here for today. Thank you so much for being here with me. And if you want to start, working towards creating your 6-figure business, doing the work you love, I have put together a handy dandy checklist for you that tells you exactly the marketing and promotion activities you should be focusing on in your business so that you can get those big rock important activities done, get yourself out into the world and make a fantastic living doing the work you love. And you can find that checklist on my website at christineparma.com/business-checklist. And I will put the link in the notes here below the video. Carla says, great tips. Need to go. We'll send you a PM. That's cool. I'm going too. So if you have more questions or comments on the video, I would love to hear them. Even if you're catching it on the replay, comment below and I will get back to you personally. I so appreciate it. And I will wish you for today and for always an amazing success in your business and life. And until I see you next time, shine brilliantly. Take care. Bye-bye.